Welcome to the virtual presentation for the Route 89 Intersection Improvement Project in Grayson County. In addition to this virtual presentation, an in-person design public meeting is scheduled for September 30th at Fairview Ruritan, located at 2265 Fairview Road in Galax. VDOT is conducting the September 30th design public hearing, followed by a 10-day comment period to receive and consider comments for the proposed improvement of the intersection of Route 613 at Route 89 by realigning the westbound approach of Snow Hill Road and adding left turn lanes on Route 89. Given the unique circumstances of the COVID-19 outbreak, along with our commitment to protecting public health, VDOT is providing this virtual public involvement opportunity in addition to the in-person meeting scheduled for September 30th. This presentation will cover the same information VDOT staff will share during the in-person meeting. All project information can be found on VDOT's website. Public involvement has four essential purposes. First, to inform the public on the status of the planning of the project and to present the recommendations based on the design to date. Second, to describe the project so that those attending can determine if the project will affect their lives and property. Third, to provide the public an opportunity to see information and express their views at this stage in the planning process when flexibility to respond to comments still exists before design decisions are finalized. And lastly, this hearing is also used to develop a record of public views and participation to accompany recommendations for subsequent decisions. The transcript for this hearing will be made available for the official record. VDOT will proceed with the final documentation for the design approval process. Your statements and comments will be addressed in the document and will be given full consideration in the final recommendation of the design of the project. Members of the project team for the Route 89 Intersection Improvement Project are Tamara Pritchard, Richard Buckingham, Zing Lee, and Ron Flannery from our Location and Design team, Dennis Sanders from Environmental, David Duncan, Right of Way, and Marianne Altum and Maurice Hughes for VDOT's Civil Rights team. This slide contains the agenda for the virtual public meeting. We will review briefly the public comment process, review the overall project, discuss the environmental and right-of-way process, review project schedules, and conclude with a discussion of the next steps. Comments can be submitted four ways. You may leave a verbal comment via voicemail at area code 276-696-3252. Submit a written comment via email using ronald.flannery@vdot.virginia.gov or via traditional mail at VDOT 2111 Bonham Road, Bristol, Virginia 24201 to the attention of Ronald Flannery. Lastly, there is an electronic survey on the project page on VDOT's website. That's www.virginiadot.org/Route 89 Grayson County. Comments must be received or postmarked within 10 days after the design public hearing, which is October 10th, 2021, to be considered part of the official record. Grayson County submitted an application for this project to VDOT to be funded through its Smart Scale program, a statewide prioritization of projects that are scored based on an objective, outcome-based process. In spring 2019, the project was selected through the program and $4.1 million was allocated for plan development, right-of-way acquisition, and construction. The purpose of this project is to improve the intersection of Route 613 Snow Hill Road at Route 89 by realigning the westbound approach of Snow Hill Road and adding left turn lanes on Route 89. Route 89 will have 12-foot wide travel lanes, 12-foot left turn lanes with 200 feet of storage and 200-foot tapers, 8-foot paved shoulders, 10-foot recoverable slopes, and 12-foot ditches. Route 613, which is Snow Hill Road and Edmonds Road, will have 12-foot travel lanes, 4-foot paved shoulders, 6-foot recoverable slopes, and 4-foot ditches. Features of this project include an improved alignment of the Route 89-613 intersection for increased safety, left turn lanes in opposing directions on Route 89 for improved access to Route 613, and added stormwater management features for improved drainage capability in the area. Technical documentation for this project has addressed the potential environmental impacts identified in the preliminary engineering process. These areas of consideration include those listed on the slide. For specific information regarding the environmental review for the project, the environmental documentation is available on the webpage that led you to this presentation. As the design is further developed, VDOT will determine what right-of-way and easements will be needed to accommodate the construction. The property owners will be notified of the exact location of the right-of-way and easements needed during the right-of-way acquisition process and prior to construction. Right-of-way acquisition will begin in early 2023. This slide shows the approximate estimate of acres needed for permanent easements for the project. The right-of-way will be acquired from multiple affected property owners. No businesses, residents, or nonprofit organizations will be displaced as a result of this project. All right-of-way acquisitions will be completed in accordance with the Uniform Relocation Assistance and Real Property Acquisition Policies Act of 1970 as amended in 1987. The acquisition of necessary rights-of-way for this project will be handled by VDOT. All proposed acquisitions will follow federal and state laws and VDOT policies and procedures. The Uniform Relocation Assistance and Real Property Acquisition Policy Act of 1970, known as the Uniform Act, is the federal law that is followed for appraisals, negotiations, and relocations of families and businesses. Each property will undergo a valuation process to determine the fair market value for each acquisition. During negotiations, the landowner will receive a copy of the acquisition valuation, a title examination, a bona fide offer in writing for the acquisition, along with all pertinent construction plan sheets. The VDOT negotiator will communicate with the landowner to ensure all questions, comments, and concerns are addressed. Shown is the funding breakdown for the project. The overall estimate is approximately $4.1 million and is funded through VDOT's Smart Scale program. It is VDOT's responsibility to ensure that all members of the community are afforded the opportunity to participate in public decisions on transportation systems and projects affecting them. VDOT ensures non-discrimination in all programs and activities in accordance with Title VI and Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Let's review the project timeline. In April 2020, preliminary engineering was authorized to begin. In January 2021, the scope of work for the project was completed. We are currently reviewing and discussing the current design for the project with the public. Following the September 30th meeting, comments must be submitted and received within 10 days to be considered a part of the design approval process. After comments are received and addressed, a request for design approval will be made to VDOT's chief engineer for approval. After receipt of approval, the right-of-way acquisition and final design process will begin. The anticipated advertisement for construction is February 2024. As a reminder, here are the 4 methods for submitting your comments to VDOT, which must be received by October 10th, 2021. We encourage you to stay informed. Project information is available on our website at www.virginiadot.org/Route 89 Grayson County. Should you have further questions, please reach out to Project Manager Ron Flannery at the number listed. Thank you for watching and participating. This concludes the presentation.